Good morning, body campers. Welcome to 30 Minutes with Mandy. Awesome to see y'all today, or for you to see me. I wish I could see you. I miss you guys, seeing y'all in person. In the meantime, let's get a good workout going. Our warm-up today is going to be squat jumps and what else did I plan? Squat jumps and mountain climbers. If you find that something we're doing is a little bit too challenging, by all means, slow your roll. Go a little bit slower, go a little bit easier. Put your weights down, do the modification. If you need a little bit more of a challenge, then pick up the pace. Okay? We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squat jumps right here. We're gonna get down in it, and we're gonna pick it up like so. Now, if you need to take the jump out, you can just do the squat right here. The rest of us are getting up there. And exhale at the top. Turn to the side. Get that good squat form. Send the hips back behind you. Keep the chest up. Almost there. Coming down for our mountain climbers. We're in that perfect plank position where the wrists are directly under the shoulders. And we're going to tuck those knees. Just like so. This is not a mountain climber, right? Get the butt down, and it's also not this. Bring those knees into the chest. And of course, don't forget to breathe. Almost there. Bring it on up. And we are back to our squat jumps. Ready? Let's go. Big exhale, right there. Move those arms. Hands are up when you're down. They're down when you're up. Almost there. Bringing it down. Back to our mountain climbers. Ready? Let's go. Keep the head up. Set your gaze about 12 inches in front of you and leave it there. Don't look at your feet, because if you do, this inevitably happens, right? So look ahead of you, get the butt down, keep the back flat, and tuck those knees. Bring it up. We have one more round of each. We're ready. Let's go. Big exhale. Right there. Hands are moving. Chest is up. Butt is down. 10 more seconds. All right, bring it on down for your mountain climbers. Y'all keep moving. Here we go. Tuck those knees. Push through the chest. Keeping the head up. Keeping the butt down. And keeping the back flat. We're almost there. Don't look at those feet. All right. Bring it on up. Great job getting warmed up there, guys. Okay. We have 6 exercises today. We're going to do each exercise for 1 minute. Our first exercise of the day is going to be a squat thrust with a curl. So it's going to be a jump back into plank, jump back into your squat, stand up and curl with your weights. If you don't have any weights, you're doing a burpee, my friend. And you're going to add that push-up down there. And there are lots of different modifications for this. I have something that is right for you. So if any of that sounds intimidating, don't worry, I have your back, okay? So grab your weights, if you have them. And let's get started. In 3, 2, 1. So here's the full exercise. We get down in our squat, we get back into our plank, we're back into our squat, we come up and we curl. Modification if you need it. Step back, step in, stand up, and curl. Burpees, if you're doing burpees, same thing. Step back, do your push-up, step in, and stand up. That's your modification. No matter which version you're doing though, make sure you get in the squat, you get in the plank, and then back into the squat, and then we come up. Here's what it's not. Get all the way in that plank. Don't cheat yourself. All right, we're coming down to the mat. We're doing a push-up with a row. If you have weights. So hands are going to be on the weights. We push up, we row, and we row. Okay? If you don't have weights, you're doing a push-up, tap, tap. Push-up, tap, tap. You can do this exercise on your knees or on your toes. It's up to you. We're going to start it in right now. Here we go. So my push-up is a tricep style push-up. I'm letting the elbows graze the ribs as I go down. So maybe you're here, that's okay. That's all you got, that's all you got, go with it. If it hurts your hands to have them on the weights, you can put your hands on the floor and then grab the weight when you're ready for your row. Big exhale. On the way up, out of that push-up. 10 more seconds. All right. We're going to set these guys aside. And we're going to do, unless you want to hold them for extra challenge, which maybe you'll do, actually. We're going to do a stationary lunge. 30 seconds on one side, 30 on the other. And what that looks like is you're just in your lunge, and you're going up and down with it. The feet don't move. All right, guys. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. This is your stationary lunge. That's just up and down. We bend the back knee, we bring it up. We bend it, we bring it up. Shoulders remain stacked over the hips. We have 10 more seconds on this side. That back heel has to be off the floor. And we are switching sides. And we're going right into it. Bend, come up. Advanced version, woo. You pulse it, that whole 30 seconds. Looking ahead, looking forward, don't look down. Right. We're keeping our weights. We're doing a single leg deadlift. So we're going to do 1 minute on one side and 1 minute on the other. If you don't have any weights, you're working on your single leg hip hinge, right? So those of us who have weights will have them, and we're doing this number here. You're still gonna do that exercise, and you're just gonna do it without the weights. And maybe that means you're practicing with holding on to something. I really recommend the wall. If you have a rail, you're gonna squeeze it, you're gonna grip it a little too hard. Just gently touch the wall to help you balance a little bit better, okay? You'll be surprised at how much balance you actually have. We're just touching the wall if you don't have any weights. If you do have weights, we're doing a single leg deadlift. You can do it with 2 weights or 1. If you're doing it with 1, you're holding the weight in the hand that is opposite the stabilizing leg, okay? So you're holding it. If your stabilizing leg is on the right, your weight is in your left hand, and you're going across the body for that foot. All right, let's get started, y'all. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're here, okay? The torso and the leg have to move at the same time. The torso goes down, the leg goes up. They move simultaneously. And I have a focal point. My gaze is set on a specific spot to help me retain my balance. My back is flat, right? We don't want rounded shoulders, so we're not here, okay? Roll the shoulder blades down and back, leave them there. You are holding an egg between your shoulder blades. You're not letting it drop. You're not letting it break. Rest for 10, and then we'll go to the other side. Getting ready for it. Here we go. Flat back. I'm stopping just below the knee because that stabilizing leg should remain straight, but with a soft knee, right? This isn't a squat. This exercise is meant to work the hamstrings of the stabilizing leg. That is where you should feel this work. If you're feeling it too much in your quads, you're probably bending your knee. So try to straighten it a little. Excellent. Let me check my notes on what that last exercise is going to be. Ah, yes, oblique crunches. All right, no equipment necessary for this one. We're coming down to the mat. We are here, this arm is out vertically. We're hooking the bottom foot over the top foot, behind and over, and we're squeezing. Rib to hip right here, bottom rib to the hip. I'm picking up the feet, and that's it. Picking up the feet, and then gently pushing the torso toward those feet. Switching sides. And here we go. This is not a big movement, but it's a very effective movement. I'm not pulling on my head or anything. My fingertips are resting very lightly behind my ears. I could just as easily do this and reach for the feet. All right, guys, let's take a little break. There we go. Quick little break. We have 1 round down and 2 to go. So grab a sip of water, towel off if you need to, and then we're back to the top with our squat thrust with a curl. Burpees if you don't have any weights. That just means you're doing the push-up when you're down there and the jump when you come up. Of course, you're welcome to take any of the modifications that I've given you, okay? I'm gonna keep these handy for my rows. Those 15s were just a little much for me on the rows. All right, guys, so ready? Getting started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We get down in that squat. We jump back into the plank, back into the squat again. We stand up and curl. Common mistake with this that I see is we jump back and then all of a sudden we're not over the weights anymore, right? So be mindful of that. Your shoulders should remain over your wrists. Now I'm in plank. Now I'm in squat. And curl. I'll do facing you guys for a bit. Plank, squat, bring it up, curl. Almost there. All right. We're going to get into our push-up with a row. And here we go. Row and row. If you're on your toes, you need to work on not rotating the hip. It can be very tempting to turn that hip as you do the row, but we really want to keep it down. Widen the stance of your feet. If you need to, that will help you keep the hips down a bit. And remember, if it hurts your hands to be on the weights, you can put your hands on the floor until it's time to do your row. Excellent. Next up, we have that stationary lunge. Bring it on up, get in position. Make sure you have some space between your feet horizontally, right? So you can see that my back foot is not directly behind my front foot. There's about a hip's width of space there, and that will help balance your body. And we are switching sides. If you are doing it with one foot directly behind the other, a little bit like trying to balance on a high wire, except you're on the floor. Shoulders are stacked over hips. We bend that back knee into 90 degrees. It's all about just bending the back knee and coming up. Don't worry about the front knee. We have our single leg deadlifts next. I'll face you guys for just a bit. You ready? Let's go. Torso and leg come up at the same time. So I'm not going too far past my knee because I don't want that knee to bend. If I go too far down, I risk going into a squat. Keep your eye on your focal point. Keep your back nice and flat. seconds on this side. Be mindful of your shoulders, don't let them round. Remember, you're holding onto that egg back there. It's resting between your shoulder blades. You're not dropping it, you're not breaking it. Going to the other side. Ready? Let's go. Find your focal point. Keep your gaze there. And keep those shoulder blades back. On that stabilizing foot, you really are sinking down into the heel. You can even pick up your toes to help keep that knee from coming forward. And you're letting those weights hang. Be mindful not to come up and then pick up the weights. They're hanging. We want to make the hamstrings do that work. Excellent. We are coming down to the mat for our oblique crunch. This arm is perpendicular to the body, and we're here. Crunching that rib to hip. You can reach. Now, if you need to support the head, you can be here, or you can hold it here. Just be not mindful not to pull the head. Switching sides. Going right into it. Exhaling right here. And all we're doing is picking up the feet. That causes the rib to crunch, the hip to crunch into the rib. And then we give it a little help by doing this little lift right here. All right, let's take a quick little break. And then we're going to do everything one more time. All right, you know what I love to say. So we have 6 minutes left. If you're feeling it, if you're warm, you're motivated, rock it, destroy it, bring it all the way home. Okay, give it everything you've got. However, if it was a struggle just to get through the first 2 rounds, and you're just not sure if you can make it through the 3rd round, I promise you, you can. You don't have to go hard. You don't have to destroy this workout. If you need to, then you're gonna slow down your pace. You're gonna do half the number of reps that you've been doing. You're just gonna get through it. And remember, it's 1 minute each set. You can do 5 reps in a minute or 50, right? Or anything in between. It's up to you, okay? All right, let's finish it out. We have our squat thrust with a curl. So grab those weights if you have them. If you don't, get ready for your burpees. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Getting down in that squat, jumping back into my plank, into the squat again, and curl. Bring it back down, back is flat. We're getting all the way in that plank, all the way back there. Okay. And back into the squat. Wrists, shoulders stay directly over the wrists the whole time. You tighten those abs as you jump back and catch yourself. Abs are tight right there. 15 more seconds. All right, let's get ready for our push-up. Again, be mindful of the hips and trying to not to rotate them as you do your row. It can be so tempting to turn that hip up. It makes everything easier, right? So your job is to keep that hip from rotating. Actively turn it down toward the floor as you lift that arm. Keep the head up. We're almost there. One more, you guys. We are coming up for our stationary lunge. We're ready? Let's go. Here we are. Shoulders directly over hips. Be mindful that you're not coming forward in your lunge like so. Stay upright. Bend that back knee. Pick up the toes on the foot that's stabilizing. And that will help that knee stay over the heel. And then we are switching sides. Make sure you have a little space between your feet horizontally to help with balance. Looking straight ahead, bending that back knee. Get it down there. Pick up that back heel. Bend and bring it up. All right, next up we have our single leg deadlift. 1 minute on each side. Here we go. Find your focal point. Keep that egg safe between your shoulder blades. It's not falling, it's not breaking. Remember, identify that work. It should be happening in the hamstrings of the stabilizing leg. If you're feeling it in your knee or more in the quad, adjust your form. 15 more seconds on this side. Keep that back flat. Don't let those shoulders round. Rest for 10, then we're going to the other side. Getting ready for it. Here we go. Remember to let your weights hang, right? Don't be tempted to pick them up here. We're not rowing. We're making the hamstrings do the work of pulling those weights up. If you get your arms involved, your hamstrings aren't doing that work anymore. Keep that back nice and flat. Keep the knee a little soft. It shouldn't be bending into a squat, but it should be a little soft. Not completely locked out. 10 more seconds. All right, coming down for our oblique crunch, and then we're gonna be done for today, you guys. Take an arm out, and here we are. Just picking up those feet. Pick them up, pick them up. The knees stay down on the floor. They don't have anything to do with this. each other. After being quarantined for a year. Okay, guys, we are all done for today. Thank you for being with me. It was wonderful as always. So just a reminder, no class tomorrow, no class on Friday, but I will see you bright and early for Tabatas on Monday, okay? Feel free to go and do any of the classes that are already posted in the Facebook group. There are hundreds of them at this point, okay? All right, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Mwah.